Who was the Prime Minister? He's just a nephew here in the family. He doesn't have the supreme right on the affairs of the royal house. We are running our own affairs here. And if I can tell you, the Prime Minister, as he has been projected as the supreme being on the affairs of the Zulu nation, is just a servant of the royal family and the king. And let me remind you, the role of the Prime Minister ends when the king dies. When the next king ascends his throne, he decides. So the Prime Minister speaks or do perform any duties on the behest of the royal family. And the Prime Minister cannot dictate the royal family what they're supposed to do. So the words they are saying it's a foolish provocation. Just reverse them. We are not going to allow the Prime Minister to call in Ndlunkulu fully. It's a foolish provocation because this is a sacred ritual that we are performing here. We have been doing all other things. If I can ask you, we have had some ceremonies or events that have been performed by Prince Zulu. I understand on the guidance of Buthelezi. How do you salute the king without entering the kraal? Because that's a ritual that qualifies you for that. When you exit the kraal, we all say bayete when a from then you are called Ingonyama. There was umhlanga and the reed was thrown outside there. And umhlanga, the reed ceremony or ritual, is one of the sacred. Because we believe there's maidens are praying on behalf of the nation. That is why Zulu is still standing, because of Iloksan. Where he was. Did he correct that? He didn't correct that. We had the Umkosose Sandlwana, Iskumbozo Sembese Sandlwana. Those things are only done by Isilo. And I should mention this now and again. You become Ingonyama when you are recognized by your family. And you tell me, who is Buthelezi in the family? He belongs to the Buthelezi clan. They have their own affairs in Buthelezi. Because he is the nephew of the royal family. We cannot mingle in their affairs. The primary purpose of meddling on the affairs of Ndlunkulu, he achieved it on the last 2021 local elections government. Let me say this. The issue of the president, we are still waiting for the report of his mediation stroke investigation team. Because he was supposed to come back to the family and say these are the findings, and then he makes his pronouncement. We only wondered, like everybody else, when we saw on the media, on media platforms that he has recognized, and then we ask our questions. We are the owners of this matter. You were supposed to consult. So for us as the royal family, we still stand on this saying that says, before you become the king, you should be recognized by your own family. And as part of the legal processes, there should be an application for recognition. And I can tell you this day, the 13th of August, the president doesn't have it. So, and the second part, the royal house, we have performed all our ceremonies without the backing of the government. And we did that successfully. And that's what it does. It shows Zulu and the royal family that now is the time to be independent. We cannot be in Kotai. And I want to mention this to you. Whatever that government president did, it was a political move. The worst part, they were late. Why I'm saying that? Because they got a beating on the elections of 2020, local elections of 2020, to try to look beautiful to the masses. Because Buthelezi, in terms of mass mobilization, he knocks them. He was 10 steps ahead because he used the issue of the kingship for his own political gains. I can say that. There are some posts that were posted on their pages where the pictures of Prince Zulu were used, and they gave us a lame apology that was done by one of their staff. There's nothing that is published by one of the senior people viewing it to say this is the right to be sent. But anyway, we remain quiet because we know the political game that is playing.